Okay, welcome everyone. We are live now. Please let me know if you can hear me. Drop in the chat box. Drop in the chat box. Let me know if you can hear me. If you are joining us, drop in the chat box. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see my screen. So that we can commence immediately. We have a lot to cover this night. We are going to work on this project this night. We are going to ensure we complete this project this night. What you are seeing on your screen is a presentation. It's a presentation, is something that you and I can do. Add some effects, add some animation, make it a one slide presentation, moving from one presentation to the other. It's something that you and I can do. If you join me, please drop in the comment section, drop in the chat section. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. I need to confirm from us before I proceed. Before I proceed, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. You can hear me and you can see my screen. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. What we are seeing on my screen is a full-blown project. It's a full-blown presentation project that you and I can do. Like I said, after this night section, if you follow me through this night, we are going to be mastering how to do a presentation, prepare a presentation like this. From what you can see, this is a presentation on SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis. And what is SWOT? SWOT is strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Now, in this presentation, I can add other things as regards to this to show how I'm moving. But in the main project, we are going to see if we can achieve that. Now, what is this? Is that within this slide, I can do my presentation. I can come to strength and click. It zooms me to strength, and then it brings. Once I talked about strength and that, okay, we are going to look at strength. What is strength? This. Okay, let's dive in. I can click on it. It moves, it zooms in to what we have as strength. We talked about we talk about it. Like you can see here, this is just a demo text, and adding some slight animations here, adding some slight animation to make our presentation look colorful, wonderful, and to put some kind of background here, to put a background as we can see here. Those are stuff to make your presentation look top notch. That shows a difference between an amateur, a novice in PowerPoint, to one who is a professional. So once you are done talking about strength, you click, it takes you out, and then you go to, on the same slide, you go to weakness, and you select the weakness. It zooms in, and then you click, it takes you to what you have in weakness. And we have also some animations here that makes our work look colorful, the background, colorful background that makes it eye-catchy, makes your audience to be glued to your presentation. makes your audience to be glued to your presentation. Then we can zoom out. Once you are done, you come to opportunity. When you are to talk about opportunity, you click, and then talk about that, you zoom in into it, and that is that awesome, very, very awesome, very, very awesome, powerful. We add some bubbling effects here in the presentation to make it look colorful. So then at the end you get to threads this, and you zoom in. Now this is a project, and you see some animation effects, a bit of stuff. So in this, and off we go. So let's dive into this and see how we can design this. And of course, if you are watching my screen now, you will notice how the background is moving, doing some zooming effects, a kind of moving and stuff like that. You can see that. So it's something that you and I can do. It's something that we can achieve. So let's dive into getting this done. Let's dive into getting this done in our PowerPoint. Okay, now let's maintain this same slide. Yesterday I talked about inserting a section. So let's go ahead and insert a section. Let's call that section SWOT. Let's call that section SWOT. And in that section, we are going to insert a blank slide. Under this, we are going to insert a blank slide. A blank slide. Ensure you insert a blank slide. So under this, on this blank slide, we are going to insert a picture. We are going to insert a picture background that we are going to use. I have some pictures I downloaded, and of course I remembered I told us, if you haven't gotten the link, there is, I think, in the PowerPoint Master 1. I think in the PowerPoint Master 1, I dropped a link. I dropped a link of some website where you can get free resources. Well, one of them is Pixels. I added it as my add-ins here. So you can go to Pixels, get some good pictures you can use for your background, some good, amazing pictures you can use as your background. Okay, but here I have some pictures I use. So let me go to my device. So you see I have these pictures here. You can see I have these pictures here. I can decide to use any of them as my background. I can decide to use any as my background. Let's say I select this and then go to insert. That is inserted. Beautiful background. I love nature. So once I do that, I come to crop and then say fill. Once that is done, you will see these stuffs at the edge of the line. This shows that we can extend this. Why do we need to use fill? I have explained it in the previous video. If you haven't gotten that, please make sure you go to the previous video and then get those videos and watch, and you understand why I need to use fill to maintain the picture quality so that it doesn't be this. So I can drag this up here, and then at the same time I drag this down. So that after I've done that, I go to fill again, is select fill. So here I can bring in the aspect of the picture that I want, and so in that regard, this is okay for me. I say crop. I go to up and click on crop. So in this place, I have my background, and that will serve as my first section. That will serve as my first section. So the next thing I do is I insert another section, add another section. In this section, I'm going to call it strength. I'm going to call it strength. I'm going to call it strength. So under this section called strength, I'm going to insert a blank slide. I'm going to insert a blank slide, and then under the blank slide, I'm going to format this background, the background of this blank slide. What do? I right click. Please, I'm trying to be fast to see that we cover this project this night. So follow me. I right click and go to format background. Under the format background, I will come to the color here. Let me make it black. Now, once I make it black, I will go to insert, come to shape. I will draw a circle. So to draw a perfect circle, as we all know, you hold down your shift, and then draw so as to get a perfect circle. Now that is what we have. Let me hold down shift again. Let me reduce it a bit. We have this. Okay. Now you see your smart guard line. So once you get to the perfect center, you see the line both vertically and horizontally shows you are already at the center. Then we come to this line. Let's make it white. The outline, and then the width. Let's make it 10. And that is that. Okay. Now the next thing we do is we cut this. We cut it. Ctrl X. Let's go back to this place and we paste. Ctrl V. So once we paste that, the next thing we do is let's go to our shape format. Let's come to the shape field. Let's select this eyedropper tool. On this eyedropper tool, let me come and select this particular color here, or this one that looks a bit dark. Let me select that looks a bit dark. And once I click on it, it changes the color of this shape we have here. Then we go to this. This shape format. Okay, we go to this. There is something I'm looking for. You should. Okay. Now let me right click, then format shape. Okay, let me use transparency. There is something I'm looking for there. It didn't show. Well, I can use transparency to get a bit of what I'm looking for. Okay, now once I got that, well, once I do that, I will cut this, come back here and paste. Ctrl V. So pasting that there gives me a bit of different stuff. The next thing I will do is I will come to shape, insert shape, then put my text box. Put my text box inside this. Let me type strength. So once I type strength, I can increase it. Go to my select errors board. I like that. Select errors board. Let me increase it more, and then I can change the color to white. So once that is done, let me bring it here. It shows me it's at the center. I can increase this, make it center align, and okay, now I can increase it more. Okay, now once that is done, the strength I will have to get due to time. Let me get the icon from here, from this one I have here. Let me get the icon from this one I have here. So as Control C, and then come to this one here and Control V and paste. Because of our time, let me paste this here. Okay, now having done that, why do we use this kind of icon? Simply because it shows kind of strength. It shows some kind of strength. That's why we did that. So after that, we have our strength slide. Let's insert another slide under this session called strength. If you have other things you want to talk about on this session, due to time, I will be making use of 2 slides in each session. Let's say in strength you have other things you want to talk about. Maybe you want to talk about it with two extra slide or 3 extra slide. After this, you add another one. But due to time, we are going to be making it 2. So on this, once you add this particular slide, you have to go to you need to go to your slide. You need to go to your slide and then right click, go to format background. Once you come to format background, you select this. Once you select that, it will bring a picture of what you have before, but you are going to go here. If you have picture in your file, you select. Let's bring in I think I kind of like this. I think it's cool for me. Then we say insert. We have this. So that comes there. Then after that, we also go to insert and then come to picture and then insert a picture again. And once that is done, you look for that same picture. There is a reason why. You look for that same picture, and that same picture comes here. So once that happens, you go to the picture format. You come to crop. Under crop, you go to aspect ratio. In this aspect ratio, you are going to select ratio 16:9. So once that is done, you see it has selected the aspect of that ratio. Then you click on crop, that crops it. You come to this icon here, that's the align function. you say align left, that will align left. Then you say align top, that will align to the top. Then you come here, hold down your shift and then drag until it gets to the end of both sides. Once you will see the smart guard will show you, then you release your hand. Now, why do we do this? You will see the reason why that is done. So once you did that, you come to this place. You go to that place, and then come to brightness. You see this brightness. Once you come to that brightness, you make it 50. Okay, you make it 50. Let me put it 50 here. All right. Now, once that is done, you come to this place. You select this text box. Select this and select this. Then Ctrl C. Come here. And then you paste. You come there and paste. On that Ctrl C, you paste it, Ctrl V. So once that is done, click out. Let's reduce this so that we can increase this. Hold down your shift, increase it in such a way that it will be bigger than the slide, so that it will be bigger than the slide. Follow me. Okay, now that is centrally aligned. Remember to remove the fill. You go to shape format and then you say no fill. Remember to remove that. You say no fill. Let's bring in our slide so that we can see what we have. Beautiful. Now here we reduce this by holding down shift and then take it up. This one you reduce the size. You can move it up. Because of time, let's copy what we have here. Ctrl C, and then we paste it here. Ctrl V. Okay, that is done. Beautiful. Beautiful. We are getting we are getting an amazing stuff here. Okay, now once that is done, we are going to do some animation. Going to add those animation that we have. So how do we do that? We go to insert shape, then select rounded rectangle, and here we go. We draw, and I'm not going to make it to be too perfect due to time. I'm going to be rushing this. Then so once you do this, you right click on the shape you draw and then go to format shape. Under the format shape, select this slide background fill. So once you click on that, you will see it takes the fill of the background. Remember to remove outline. So what this does is that wherever you go, it takes the color of that background. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. It takes the color of that background. So that makes it very, very beautiful. Okay, now that is the first step. The next thing we do is we let's say we reduce this. All right, now let's rotate this we have here. Now, having done this, the next thing we will do is we add our animation. So we go to animation. We are going to use line animation. We are going to use line. So once we add line, you see what happens here. Okay, the next thing we do is we click here, we carry this. Remember to get at that red tip, we carry it and take it up and position it exactly here. Maybe bring it down a bit, so we have this arch is on it, so we make it up a bit. Awesome. So this is what we have. Now, once we set up this, the next thing you do is you come to this on click. You go to this and say start with previous, duration 2 seconds. Then go to your animation pane. Once you select your animation panes, you come to this rectangle and then you double click. It brings you to this extra dialog box. Here you will leave it at 1 second. That's what we call smooth start. 1 second from first seconds. Then remember to select auto reverse. Then move to timing. From the timing, you come to this repeat. You say until end of slide. So once you have selected that, you say okay. Now this is what we have. Okay, now I think we can increase this some more. Okay, beautiful. Now, having done that, let's play it again. You can play it here. You can play from here. Awesome. Now, this is what we have. Now, the next thing we do is we can duplicate this. We have hold down your control and then duplicate it to a distance you want, then duplicate it again depending on the number you want. I want to make it 4. You duplicate again. Okay, now we have 4 of these. All right, let me bring this a little bit down. Let me bring this one also a little bit down. The smart guard is guiding me. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Now, the next thing I will do is I will have to come to this one, this particular one, go to rectangle here, go to timing. I will have to give it a delay of 0.4 seconds. 0.4 seconds delay. That's what I will do to this. Then on this one as well, on the other one, I will give it 0.8, interval of 4. Interval of 4. I give it 0.8. interval of 4 4. Then on this as well, I will give it interval of 1.2. So this is all right. Now, having done that, the next thing we'll do is to copy. We click this, hold down, copy this, copy this, copy this, then hold Control as well, move these ones here. Wait, I think I copied Control Z. Okay, let me do that again. Think I copied only 3. Hold down, copy, copy, and copy. Okay, then hold down and move. All right, we are moving 4 of them. Now, once this is here, let's say we are positioning it here. Now remember to send it to the out. Okay, let's hold on this and copy it down here. The system is a bit slow. All right, now okay, this one is the 5th one. So we remember what we have, 1.2. So here we are going to make this one 1.6. We are going to make this one 1.6. Then the next one, we are going to make it 2. Instead of 4, we are going to make it 2. This one, we are going to make it 2.4. Then we are going to make this one 2.8. All right, here we go. So we are working on getting a very good stuff. The next thing we do is to remember to ensure that these ones do not cover our text. So we go to the shape format and then we say to the back, we send to the back, to the back, to the back. send to the back. Okay, that is out. Select this one as well. Select this one, ensure is to the back, the same way here. You can do it in group, but the system is a bit hanging now. I don't know why. So that's why I'm doing it separately, separate connection. And they call me by this time. Who is this? I don't answer. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Alright, I think this will work better. Now bringing the text box to the front, and let's do the same for this one. Let's bring it forward. Okay, let's bring it forward. All right, on your own is supposed to come forward this. Let me see, to send it to the back is supposed to go. If I send it to the back, it will, I know it will disappear. So let's bring it forward. All right, that is what we have here. Okay. Now, with this, we can check what we have and see how it looks. So we are having a kind of good animation here. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Now, having gotten this, the next thing we do is to go to our SWOT slide, and then go to insert, come to zoom, and then section zoom. Under the section zoom, that is, under the section zoom for this, we are going to select this and then insert. That enters into our slide. What we do here, we right click and then says use zoom background of awesome. It uses the background of the zoom. We can bring it here. Hold down shift, increase this to our choice, position it here. That will work good. So what this does is that if we are preparing this project to be shown here, so if we put this and we click here, it will zoom to this place, and then once we click, it brings us to this. Now we forgot to do something. We forgot something here. In this slide we have here the transition. We forgot to add the transition, which we need to take to be morph transition. So once we assign the morph transition, and then you see what it does. So when we do this, okay, so let's get to our section slide again, and now click here, go to check it, and we click here, we come to strength, we click again, it zooms in. Perfect. That's what we want. Okay, now having gotten this one for strength, what we need to do is we hold down Control, copy this, Control C, come below here, add another section. In this section we call it weakness. We are preparing a slide project for someone who wants to do a presentation in SWOT analysis. So beneath here we paste because of our time. So once we paste it, we are going to we click on this control and we select this. Like you can see, it says keep source formatting. Whatever we did in the previous slide, keep it for us. So we select it instead of going to be doing that over and over and over again. We select that. So what we have here is that we come to this strength here. Because of time, I'm not going to do too much of it. We put weakness. We put weakness here, and then this one, let me remove it. Let me get from what I used here for the weakness. Let me copy this. You can use any icon you want. This is the one I feel like to use, so it's your choice. Use any icon you want. Let's paste it here. So good. Now here we have to, let me delete everything that I have here. Let me delete everything here because we are going to be using another background. So right click, go to format background, come to fill, and then insert. We are going to use another background. Let's say we use this background. Due to time, I don't want to be searching for background, so we use this, and then let's get to insert the same picture that we use as background. We are going to insert it now, not through background format. We are going to insert it as a picture. So we go to our picture and then we insert this picture. We insert the same picture as our background. So once you do that, you go to crop. Under crop, aspect ratio, remember to select 16:19 as your aspect ratio, and then crop. Once that is done, come to this, which is align. You come to align, select align left, then align top. So that is done. You come to this place, hold down your shift, and then drag to fill the entire shape. Your smart guard will show you, as you can see, you release. That is what we have. Then come to this picture, click on it, then you come to brightness, reduce it to 50. Though your choice, you can go below 50, you can above 50, depending on your choice. I want to use 50. Then once this is done, I can go to the weakness. Let me copy what I have here. Hold Control. Let me copy these ones, and then Control C. Let me come down and paste. I will do the animation of these ones. So let me paste it here, Ctrl V. Beautiful. Okay, now having done that, for the animation of what we have, let me come and get, is this a rectangle or a rounded rectangle? This is rounded, I don't need it. Let's get a rectangle. Here we go. Okay, all right, remember, once you do that, right click on the shape and go to format shape, then select slide background fill. That will give it the background fill, and then say no outline. Awesome. So what that happens is that anywhere it is, it takes the background of that place. So that makes what we are doing awesome. So on having done that, the next thing we do is let's add it some animation effects. Let's add some animation effect. In this animation, we are going to use this grow and shrink. So once you select that, it grows and shrink. Then you go to the effect, select only vertical. You select vertical so that it grows in the vertical. Also, the next thing we do, to set up our stuffs here, remember always start with previous, go to animation pane, then double click here. Go to animation pane, double click, then this will be 0, set it to 1 for your smooth yeah, set it to 1. Then this one, set it to 1 as well. Then auto reverse, and then here make it, you can make it 125. You can make it 125. You hit enter, then come to this place until the end of slide, and we have this. Awesome. Okay, now the next thing we do is we don't want it to be going up and like both sides. We can add another animation. We go to add. This is add an animation. You want to add another animation to the existing animation that it has. So what we add here, let's add line animation. So once we add that, that brings it down. However, we want it upward, so we come to effect option and select upward, so that goes up. All right, now once that happens, we can come to this and bring it down a bit. Okay, I think I'm good with this. Now, having done that, I will make sure it starts on previous, and then come to the animation pane one, then also select auto reverse, then come here and say till the end of slide, and then I say okay. All right, now once we check this and we play, we see what we have is only going upward, not on both sides. What we have is good. So the next we can do is to come to shape outline and then align to the bottom of the slide also. So let's move this a bit with our arrow key, and then let's make some copies of this. Hold down Control, okay, let's have only 3 due to the time we have, and we come to this. Remember, then you add your delay. You come here and add 0.4. Then you come here as well, add each of them, add 0.4 each of the animation in one of the, add 0.4. Then this one, make it 0.8. And then make this one 0.8. This, okay, this is what we have. All right, now the next thing you do is you hold Control, select these ones. So once we do that, we copy to this side. Beautiful. Now once we do that, let's remember to, in this is 0.8, we come to this one, make it 1.2. Then to this one as well, make it 1.2. That's why when you charge people for designing their slide, you understand there are certain things, professionalism that comes into it. So this is, you make this 1.6. So when people pay for slide, you understand they are not just paying for slide, they are paying for professionalism. That's why most persons will tell you, I need a professional slide. Okay, these are, then here you make it 2. And then you make it 2. Beautiful. Okay, now once we are done, let's check what we have. Great. Awesome. Okay, now the next thing we can do is we come to this. Will take me a bit time. But due to time, you can drag this. You can drag this down, depending on your choice and all that. Okay. Now, why do I have to do that? If I replay it again, you see that it will be a bit down. These ones are a bit up. Okay. Now, the next thing we do is to go to our section slide, the main slide here, and go to Insert. And then under the Insert, we go to Section Zoom. In the Section Zoom, we select this weakness. We select this and we insert here. we say take, you right click, zoom background. You can hold down shift and reduce it small a bit and position it. Let's say we leave it here, so that once that is done, you click on zoom, you click on to play. Now once you click, it shows you the strength. You click again, it brings you into what you have, and then you click again, it brings you to weakness. That brings you into what you have here, and then brings you back. Now the next thing I will do before we wrap up is to show us this effect. The other ones is the same functions I said I went through. You can add any of the animation you have. The next thing we want to do is to show us what this, like you can see this zooming effect we are having here. That is the next thing I want to do. That's the next thing I want to do now. Okay. Now for the other stuff, like I said here, you can do your work, put the other ones here. You can put the other ones here. Let me use the ones I have previously to see if that will insert, go to section zoom. Now under the section zoom, let me add opportunity. Now let's zoom slide. This is the one I have before, due to time, so that we can wrap up this nice section. I have other section after now. Okay, so I'm trying to maximize time. However, this is the way we prepare stuff like this professionally. Then under that, let me add threads. Beautiful. Now zoom background, take it here, hold your shift. Okay, we can position it here, position this. We can take this up a bit, bring this in a bit. Okay, the next thing is to put that zooming effect. You click on the picture background, go to animation. Now in the animation, you think is zoom. No, it's not it. It's not it. I have forgotten the animation. I have forgotten the animation I used on that. My God. Okay, grow and shrink. That's the animation. So if you forget the animation you use, you can come here and click on it. It shows you the animation you use, grow and shrink. So in this, we come here and then go to that's grow and shrink. It gives you this stuff. You can say from the previous, you can make it 4, 5, 6, whatever. Let's say we give it 6 duration, 6 seconds, and then the next thing we come to this place to ensure that you don't know smooth, no auto reverse, then you can use 110, 100, whatever your choice, but let me use 100. Hit enter. Okay, now let me use 120. Let me use 120. Enter. Okay, then go to timing. Go to timings and then until the end of slide. So once that is done, you say okay, and you will have this zooming effect. You will have this zooming effect. So if we click on this, you see what we have. You see what we have. It will continue to play till the end of slide. Okay, finally, before we wrap it up for this session this night, we can add some stuffs. Let's go to this and select an arrow. Let me use this arrow and draw. Is not visible, so let me make it white so that it will be visible. Let's increase the weight. Let's select 3. Okay, let's all right. I think this is okay. Let me reduce. All right, once I have this, I can go to this, go to dashes. I can select this, or I can select this. I think this works best for me. I Control D. I will come to this one here, and then this. Okay, Control D. Once you rearrange and draw, you are just creating a pattern. So that's okay. Awesome. So this is what you have, and you can play it. Now you have a very, very awesome stuff. If there is time, we will position this very, very effectively. So with this, then the next thing we will do is, the next thing we have to complete it is to come to this. You can, let me copy this. Let me copy this and come to this and paste. Awesome. I think with this I will have to, let me use this eyedropper to use any of the green here in order to kind of blend color. That's all. It's not that it's much stuff. I think that didn't work well for me. Let me get another one. Let's say I use this kind of white. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, now this is what we have, and that is how you can get a presentation in one slide, and then once that presentation zooms, you are going to make your presentation here. You click on your strength, you talk about what is in the strength, it zooms in, stuff like this, and you have your work. After you are done talking here, you click again, and then you go to your weakness and talk about the weakness. After you are done talking about the weakness, you click again, it comes out, you come to your end of slide. Why this didn't show is because this place, this is not under this section of, under this is outside. That's why this didn't happen. So it's a way you can get your slide done professionally and get a very professional slide. By tomorrow we are going to go into more in slideshows, Zoom slides, and stuff like that. Thank you for being part of this section this night. I want to appreciate us. Tomorrow is another time. Do enjoy your night. See you